China is slowing down, that could be an opportunity for India. So we are having 6,000 stocks, I think, or 5,000.
6,500.
6,500 stocks. To me, stock market is only 500 stocks. So this is what you should do in stock. That is what your research comes to, forefront. You have to choose only 50 stocks out of that 5,500 stocks.
So in last 3 months, you've not added anything or you've not subtracted anything?
I've sold some shares in last, rally, and I bought some shares.
Which are the stocks you've sold? Which are the stocks you bought?
Okay, I'll tell you. I sold NBCC.
Why is that?
Because I thought the company is having a kind of monopoly. Okay, because they are getting the project not through the tenders. So
that's an inherent advantage they have.
Yeah, they have got, yes. So, but I don't know in a country like India how long this thing will last. Tomorrow
and it's a very basic business. It's a cost plus 12-13% plus business.
Business is very good. Business is very secure. 12% margin is also very lucrative and fixed margins. So from that front, I don't find any problem. But suppose tomorrow somebody file a pill. Why should, suppose this is just a thought.
Of course.
So that is why I sold my NBCC.
Basically, you fear that NBCC may not be able to enjoy that natural moat which is enjoying because it has a government, because it is a government company.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about the interesting part now, which is what have you bought of late?
No, I added my old stocks only.
Same old.
Yeah.
So let's take the clock back and revisit some of the stocks we've discussed in the past. We've discussed Sudarshan Chemicals extensively.
Yeah.
Just for the benefit of our viewers, Sudarshan Chemical is making raw material for the paint industry. Have they hit a jackpot? Crude prices have come down.
Yeah.
Will the balance sheet for Sudarshan Chemical naturally and automatically improve because margins will expand and working capital requirement will be down?
Yeah, that has already started happening. If you go by the June quarter results, interest rate is drastically down, and working capital is also, has come down. So they will get a natural advantage.
What is your commitment in Sudarshan? How much percentage of the equity do you own?
Around 5%, little less than 5%.
But it's a sizable investment for you.
Yeah, for me it is sizable.
Are you happy to own this stock for next 5-7 years?
Yeah.
What makes you so bullish on a company which is ultimately a converter?
No, converter because all their products are researched by the company, okay? And secondly, management is very good. As I have always said that I like the first criteria for me to invest in any company is the management. If management is having a good track record, then I don't mind.
What is so good about the track record?
No, because I'm following this company for last 20 years. Okay. So they have seen many ups and downs in their sector, ups and downs in Indian economy, ups and downs in the company, and they came clean.
So Sudarshan Chemical will be part of Vijay Kedia's long haul portfolio. Long haul means next 5 to 7 years.
Yeah, this is what I think.
Do you have a price target in mind for Sudarshan Chemicals?
No, I don't have any price target for any of my stocks.
But when you invested in Sudarshan Chemical, you were not anticipating that crude prices will come down.
No.
So whatever is happening to crude,
it's a bonus.
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try and understand the impact of crack in commodity prices. What will happen? What will happen to some of the commodity producers, commodity consumers like Sudarshan? So is that the big story now?
Commodity consumer will certainly be benefited.
But they will have to pass on some of the benefits.
Even then they will be benefited because their workings, capital will be required, less capital will be required. So that is good for the industry.
Now Sudarshan Chemical has decent EBITDA margins, but APAR has never reported solid margins.
Yeah.
What makes you bullish on a company where the track record, which where you insist that track record is very, very important, track record has been volatile?
Track record of the management has been very good in APAR. And don't forget the company is having a turnover of 5,000 crore.
But where are the margins?
Yeah, there is no margin, but at the peak they had a margin of 4.5% to 5%.
Okay.
Now they are running.
That's not high.
No, it's net profit margin I'm talking about, 5%. Okay. So that is okay. It's not very high, but it's okay. But see the turnover.
It's not IT pharma.
Yeah, it is not IT in pharma. So now suppose if they have a turnover of 10,000 crores, which they are projecting by 19, and 5% margin that means 500 crore of net profit margin, which will be huge.
So again, like Sudarshan Chemicals, you're happy to own APAR for next 4-5 years.
Yeah.
Is
think
APAR
so.
a sizable commitment for you?
1%, not much.
That's a sizable commitment.
Yeah. Exactly.
What I like about the way you approach market is that you're not restricting your portfolio to a particular group or a particular
No,
sector. You're very
sector.
diversified.
Yes, very diversified.
Isn't that a problem? Because most of the global experts, or the gurus, if I may use that word, they are of the view that you should not diversify. Stick to your core competence. But that's not your core philosophy. You got investments in IT, you got investments in chemicals, you got investments in auto, you got investments again in building companies, material companies.
Yes.
Why do you believe in diversification?
No, because I can't keep all my eggs in one basket. Okay.
But concentration is better, isn't it?
It's
as long
okay.
as you know the business.
Yeah, so right now my core portfolio must be consisting of 20 shares only. So that is not big, that is all right. But maybe sooner or later I will consolidate them and I will try to bring them to maybe 10 shares. But that will take some time.
What could be the mega trend for India?
I think mega trend, you should identify shares which are consuming commodities. Those can give you a handsome return in times to come.
That's one trend we've discussed, and that's the reason why you like Sudarshan Chemical and APAR.
APAR. And
What about the consumer side? Do you have any investments in the consumer space? Any companies which have got brands, or any companies which directly, indirectly would benefit if the urban consumption demand is back?
Like I'm having Sarah Sanitary Ware. That's a good brand, and I intend to hold for another 2-3 years.
What makes you so bullish on this stock?
Because that is one of the few listed company in sanitary ware.
Is it that margin or that business is extremely competitive, some would argue?
It's not competitive. They are having a decent margin of 16-17%. So it's a good company.
But you've been an early entrant in Sarah.
Yeah.
At what price did you buy this one?
Around 30-40 rupees.
30-40 rupees. And you intend to hold it for another 4-5 years?
Yeah, maybe.
How are you approaching this entire consumer space process? Sarah Sanitary Ware, yes, it will benefit if the housing demand is there.
Yeah.
But what about some of these brand owners? What about some companies which directly, indirectly touch you on a daily basis?
They will keep on growing at the same growth rate, but they are very expensive.
What is your view on commodities? Everyone is of the view that the super cycle in commodity is over. The super cycle in credit is also over. Some of the commodity stocks are off by 50 to even 70% from the recent highs. Is it a good time or a good idea to buy into fear there?
I don't think so, for the simple reason, whenever commodity was booming, that time also, if you had invested in commodity shares, you did not make much money. So how can you make money in worst time when you did not make money in good times?
So you will not be a buyer in a Tata Steel or a Hindalco just because they fall?
No, never.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/etnow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at @etnowlive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/etnow.